Good morning, everyone. Hey, hopefully you're still in the county that you reside in because you didn't get blown into the next county with those 65 and 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts that we had. Yeah, it's true. I got a few trees laying down again that I have to go cut up. I'm going to wait till warmer and drier days to do that. And it also supplies me a little bit of firewood for next winter. I'm okay with that. Hey, our psalm our psalm for this coming up Sunday, the second Sunday in Lent, Psalm 27. It's one that's often categorized as a psalm of trust, which it is, the first couple verses and then at the very end. But in between, it makes us a strange little twist where all of a sudden the psalmist appears to be in some sort of trouble, and it's a plea for help, but also kind of a lament, like, what's up, God? Where are you? Let's just look at some of this. Here's the part that I really like, the trust part. And for some people, this is amongst their favorite verses from the Bible. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? I love those verses, verses of trust. And it talks about someone, I think, who's been through the ringer a time or two, and now they know where they can turn to in their in their times of trouble when they're really down and out. They know who to trust. It's the one who gives him strength. All right. Um, and it talks a lot about enemies here, surrounding me, but I have no fear now because God is with me. All right, that's all the good stuff. But all of a sudden, in the middle of the psalm, it gets a little crazy where now you're in big trouble and you're crying out to God. Hear, O God, when I cry aloud. Be gracious to me. Answer me. It's like he's shouting it out. Please answer me. Come, my heart says. Seek his face. Your face, O Lord, I do seek. Don't hide your face from me. Don't turn your servant away in anger. You've been my help all along. Don't cast me off. Don't forsake me, O God of my salvation. The, the psalmist is in deep trouble and really, really needs some help. But it turns back toward that issue of trust in God. If my father and mother forsake me, Lord, you'll be there. You'll take me up. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me on a level path. Because of all those enemies out there, lead me in the right paths, okay? And it ends on a positive note, that note of trust once again. I believe that I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. That's kind of a strange thing, right? Land of the living? Is that kind of a hint toward a belief in the afterlife, in everlasting life? Interesting, because that could be translated, I shall see the goodness of the Lord in the land of everlasting life. Could be translated that way too. Interesting. Now, a lot of people think this is a psalm that was written for use in the psaltery, in the temple worship, in a time in which maybe things aren't the best, but the people who have been through tough times before and have that trust in God, maybe their things are starting to look a little iffy again. So the congregation and the priest go back and forth in this psalm with these different verses, wavering between trust and then doubt or confusion or where are you, God? Back to that song of trust. And at the very end, you have this verse. Wait for the Lord. Be strong. Let your hearts take courage. Wait for the Lord. It's almost as if the priest is standing up in front of the congregation and shouting that out as a benediction. Love it. Great psalm. Read it over. Read it a couple times because it's one that'll be good for you to have in your pocket, especially in those times when things aren't going quite right and you need a little extra boost in your faith and a little bit of a push too to put your trust in God And how do we do that? Well, the hard way, by waiting, waiting. He will be there for you and me. God's blessings be with you.